Do you ever feel anxious when speaking to others, constantly comparing yourself to others, avoiding any challenges that comes your way, and just constantly feeling worried what other people will say about you as a person or about your life, how you choose to live, and you just feel like you are trapped and you are being this other person that is not you? Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you have visited this channel before and you are one of my 6 subscribers. So today I thought I will share with you how you can build a skill of self-confidence. And so I have been doing kind of a different research, whether it's through books, through Google, or through different articles, reading and gathering all information and putting, writing it all down and then implementing into my daily life or building self-confidence, because I myself have been through this journey for a very long time. I think I can confidently say now there are many aspects of my life where I feel truly confident within me and I feel that power, but then at the same time I'm still on that journey and there's certain aspects of my life where I'm still kind of working and implementing those things myself. So yeah, just overall I just wanted to share that with you so you can build that skill of self-confidence and truly feel within that you are confident and you are thriving in your life, like truly thriving, not pretending or not saying to everyone else that you're doing so well or you are this and that, but you're not. You know within yourself that you have that confidence. If you want to go and do something, you go and do. If you want to get something, you go and get, because you have the self-confidence, self-belief, you have that self-power to do so. And I think, like anything in life, there are so many different skills that we need to build in order to kind of create the life that we want. And if we are lacking of certain skills, that's okay, because we are not born with that. We need to build. That's why it's called a skill, right? So you need to build that skill to do what you want or to get what you want in life. I guess the importance of self-confidence that I think having that self-confidence extremely changes your life in many ways. Self-confidence can be so rewarding. It can open so many doors to opportunities, new opportunities. When you are confident, you're more likely to take action. When you're lacking of self-confidence, that's when you're more likely to hide behind the rock and do nothing, just peek out, have a look what everyone else is doing, and then go back under the rock again. That's the only way I guess I can explain. And you probably can relate that yourself. If you're lacking of self-confidence, you're probably doing that right now. I know I've done that so many times, and I know there's certain kind of aspects of my life I still do that, and I go back to my old ways. However, I am so conscious of what I'm doing that I kind of push myself forward. Also, if you have anyone in your life that can help you out as well when you are not feeling kind of confident or comfortable with doing something so much, but you really want to do, but you're lacking self-confidence, you won't do. And if you have someone in your life, whether it's your spouse or your mum, your dad, or your sister or your brother, anyone in your life that you close to and you have close relationship, and they are more kind of confident in things, or even if they do have that true self-confidence skill, then hang out with them more and kind of like ask them to help you out in certain situations, so you could take action and be more confident in certain areas. And perhaps you can learn a skill from them and see and observe overall what are they doing and how you can implement in your life. I think that's a great way of analyzing things and studying as well, by observing what other people doing and certain skills perhaps you like, and you like, okay, so how do you do this? It's these kind of certain situations, how do you feel, or what do you think, and how do you kind of move forward and take action? Just ask them and ask for advice and ask for help. Myself, I am certain areas of my life, like I said, I will not be so confident, especially when it comes to activities, even though I love activities, but I kind of like think and overthink everything for safety and analyze. And my husband is great at this because he won't overanalyze or overthink, and he's certain areas of our lives, he's so great at taking that first step and being so confident without even perhaps doing that thing before, or any kind of activity or anything we will do. So yeah, so I get always like a nudge or push, which is great, and it helps me. Before I used to think, no, I'm not gonna do that, no thank you, this is not for me, even though internally I will feel like, feeling so gutted, I really want to do this, but I just have no confidence. So I think with anything in life, if you want to do that, just ask for help, or if you don't have anyone, then that's fine too, you know. There are so many different information out there, different books, different blogs, articles, anything, honestly, anything you like. There's so much information nowadays, so you can gather all together and just read up and see what works for you, implement in your life. If it doesn't work, try something else. But yeah, so even if you don't have anyone in your life currently who is self-confident and who you can take example from, that's okay, you know. There's aspects in my life that I was building of self-confidence, and I perhaps didn't find that skill in my loved people around me. So I had to find my own information, and yeah, that's okay. I think it's like a work in progress every day. There are great self-confident podcasts that you can listen to. One of the videos that I came across when I was doing research on self-confidence is Mel Robbins. It's a great video. Listen to her. I mean, she's great, she's amazing. I really like her, and I just love how she puts the information out there so clear and is based on her research and on scientific facts, which I really like that. So yeah, check her out. I will put the link below so you can see her videos. So after this, just go and see. So it'll be a great addition to this video. I don't think that you have to be the loudest person in the room in order to be confident. You can be the most silent person in the room and still be confident or have self-confidence. And in fact, I have met people who are the most quiet, introvert, calm people, and they have true self-confidence within, and they don't need to project that on everyone or show that they're confident. I remember when I was at school, there was always one or two people in the class who are so loud, so vocal. I used to think they are so confident, and I remember growing up, I used to think, wow, like how are they so confident? Like they just say their opinion, they just talk for hours, you know, in front of everyone, and they just could care less who's there in the class. And same going in adulthood. I remember I went through the whole process, going adulthood and going to college and then working, finding a job and being in the job, and the same kind of situation carried on into my adulthood. And I always been an observant of people, and I could see that there's always someone in the room, regardless what age you are, that someone will always speak up. They would want to put their opinion across, they would just want to talk non-stop, like constantly make conversation. They hate the gap of quietness. They want to fill that gap because they feel awkward. I truly thought that people born with that skill, or in fact I used to think that that's how people feel, is that an emotion, is a feeling of being confident. From doing my research, it makes so much sense, and don't be fooled by someone being so loud. It means they have self-confidence. It could be many facts why they are being so loud, why they're being so vocal. Someone who is constantly speaking non-stop and trying to fill the gap between the conversation so there'll be no silence. They're the most anxious people who have anxiety, and they have the fear of the silence. They just hate the silence, and they feel like they need to be that person who needs to say something and carry on the conversation. And whereas on the other side, a person who constantly putting their opinion across, and they're so forceful, they want to be heard, they need to be heard. But that's kind of more deeper with internal issue, more to do with the childhood traumas and how you were growing up and how your childhood was overall, as everything else goes back to the childhood. So don't mistaken the confidence and the arrogance. There's a big difference. Arrogance is someone who knows something, or knows the knowledge maybe as much as you do, or maybe a little bit more, and they want to say that, they want to put that across because they think that they are more better than you are. They think that their knowledge is much higher, or perhaps their research is much better than what you have done. So arrogant people usually come across confident, but that's more of an internal issue and disturbance, why they feel like they need to be heard so much, and it's more for acceptance. That's what arrogant people do. They need acceptance and they're lacking that in their life. And being confident means you have the knowledge that you have, you are comfortable with that, you are confident that you know what you know, and you share with those people who care and who ask. You never force. Confident people never force their opinion or their knowledge upon others. Yes, we all have a bit of arrogance in some way in ourselves. You know, when you know something, it feels good, right? When you can answer about a specific subject and you can answer, you feel good, right? That's normal. That's normal to feel like that. And I remember there was points in my life where I felt more across, perhaps even acted like arrogant, and I never realized as well, when I know something, I'm like pushing my opinion and you need to hear this. And I'm sure you probably can relate to this too. But quite quickly I came to learn that this is not a best way to live and be as well. Confidence is something, if I know something and I'm having intelligent conversation with someone and they disagree with my opinion, I would not force my opinion. I would say once or twice and that would be it. I wouldn't be forcing, because I know what I know. I wouldn't force my opinion onto someone else. So yeah, that's the difference between self-confident and arrogance. Another thing that you can implement in your life, and another way I guess you can kind of build your self-confidence, when someone is giving you a compliment, then accept that compliment. Be more acceptant. It's the same way like you would talk about yourself. When you do self-love and you talk about yourself, you need to allow the other person as well to love you, and if they're giving you compliment, then accept that compliment, don't reject. I see quite a lot of people doing, perhaps I used to do that as well. If someone says something good about me as a person, that I've done something very well, I would just brush it off and feel so awkward and uncomfortable, and accept the compliments and feel good about it. Because in the way of you rejecting someone giving you the compliment is you rejecting yourself. And definitely show up for yourself. You need to show up for yourself. And what do I mean by showing up for yourself is when you set a task for yourself, or you say to yourself, right, I'm gonna do this today. So for instance, I'm going to start a new business. Like, I'm going to do that because that's what I want to do. then you go and do that. You go do that and show up for yourself. Okay, if you feel like strongly, you kind of have that feeling and you have that thought and you've created all the roadmap of how you're going to do everything, then do that. Like, do what you said you're gonna do. The good example I can give you, if you promised your friend you're gonna meet them at 5 o'clock in that evening and you planned out what you're going to do, whether you're going to go for dinner and then after dinner you're going to go to someone else, maybe to a party, or maybe hang out in your friend's house, anything like that. So if you promise them, you're going to do that, right? Unless something very drastically happens or something happens in your life that you truly cannot attend, then that's fine, that's an exception. But other than that, you go and stick to the plan. So the same goes for you. If you set a plan for yourself that you're gonna do that, don't disappoint yourself, right? Don't disappoint yourself and show up for yourself. Go and do what you said you're gonna do. Honestly, this will bring and build your self-confidence for sure, because once you done what you said you're gonna do, it feels amazing. It feels really good. I know that for myself, when I say I'm not going to eat certain thing and I don't eat, and I eat like healthy, so instead of eating, let's say, chocolate, I eat an apple. Even though I would really want, and it's temptation, but I said a day before that's what I'm gonna do. It feels amazing. It's same as going exercising. If you're going to exercise, you said you're gonna do, go and do exercise. Go exercise, move your body, be more healthy. Just anything that you want to do in your life and you said you're going to do, as soon as you say that, then go and do that. And if you don't follow through to what you said you're going to do, honestly, you're just gonna feel awful, absolutely awful. You will say to yourself, I said I'm gonna do this and now I'm not doing that. And yeah, your self-confidence is just going to go down. So show up for yourself and do what you said you're going to do. And I think taking challenges is very important. I don't believe completely getting out of your comfort zone if you truly feel like it's something that's so out of your comfort zone that even if you get out of your comfort zone and do something and you don't feel good, I don't think that will build your self-confidence. But I do believe in certain things, challenges, you know for yourself what you want to do in life, or what you have been wanting for a longest time to do. I tell you now, it does not feel good if you don't do what you want to do. You're just going to kind of regret, and yeah, your self-confidence will go completely down. And before building even that skill, you already will be failing within yourself. Self-confidence is not a feeling, it's not an emotion, it's an action. It's actually something that you physically take an action towards, not an internal feeling that you feel. And this is crazy because I never used to think in that way, kind of thing. Maybe you have. Let me know if you have already. But I have figured out a while back now that you do need to take an action. And I've seen that in my own beautiful life path that I've been going through and my kind of self-development and growth journey, that without taking action, I wouldn't get to anywhere and my self-confidence wouldn't grow the way it has grown. Whatever you listen to, just make sure you take actions. Whatever you research, don't forget to write it down and make sure you take an action. So I guess overall message from me to you is be willing to try something new, or be willing to try in doing what you want to do, and keep that promise to yourself. So take an action. That's an overall, you actually, these are very simple, I guess, steps or advice that I have been following through, and honestly you will see big change if you today start doing what you want. Like, not just thinking all these things in your head and kind of creating all these plans and then not following through or doing. For instance, if you want to be more healthier, then start looking into your diet today. Perhaps if you want to take that chocolate or cake or anything like that, don't do it. Don't do that. Grab an apple, grab some just meat, some eggs, some salad, that's it, nothing else. Or take that action, take that healthy action. And same with perhaps maybe if you want to exercise and move your body and be more healthy and be more mindful, start from today. Don't say you will do it tomorrow or on Monday or next year. Do it today, start today, show up for yourself, be intentional with your process and your steps and your action. Set out your goals and have an intention and follow through. That's the most important thing. And keep your promise to yourself, and you will see self-confident. You will build that skill, but it takes time. Like with anything else, like any skill in life, it will take time. You just have to be patient for yourself, and you will have that self-confidence. I do believe in you, and I know you will. Hope you have enjoyed this video on how to build a skill of self-confidence. I hope it was helpful for you as well. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, what you think about self-confidence skills. Do you think, whether you think it's an emotion or you have always been thinking, or you think it's an action and you agree with me or disagree. I just would love to know and interact with you. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.